I know a lot of people know about you and her. Everyone knows the story. If you're watching this, you probably know the story how Mark coached me, but I don't know that everyone knows when you got coached by David Brooks.
Oh man, the master mentor. Wow.
What was that like? How did he help you? I mean, we just see Mark Brown, the presence, the voice. You didn't need any help. What did David do for you?
Are you kidding me? My first Toastmasters contest, I didn't know what I was doing. I entered by accident on 2.5 hours notice, and 6 months later, I'm in the World Championship, and I have no clue what I'm doing.
I'm not
sure I deserve to be there. Oh gosh, I was months in when I became a contestant in the finals. It was crazy. But matter of fact, in '94, when I had the final, one of my contestants who came third that year was a guy named Jock Elliott, who eventually won in 2011. And when they asked Jock how long he'd been a Toastmaster, he said 19 years, a few months longer than Mark. And he says, I get very irritated by people like Mark. He was kidding. I was in there 14 months, he's there 19 years. But again, that was a gift of oratory that I seem to have gotten. I didn't realize that. But as good as that was, it was very raw. And David Brooks saw potential in me, and he offered to help me. And I took him up on his offer. And he helped me in one particular very strange, powerful way. David Brooks helped me to answer my own questions by asking me questions. He made me question what I did, why I did it, how I did it. He made me think through the process. He would offer me some guidance, but he wanted me to figure things out on my own to understand why a particular phrase was more appropriate. So it wasn't just, here Mark, do this, here Mark, try that, it's better. He wanted me to understand why. And through the whole process of training and coaching, at the very end of it, I sent David a packet. Back then in the 90s, we didn't have emails. We had literal letters and faxes. He mentored me by phone and fax. I was in New York, he's in Texas, and he would I'd send him a fax with my script. He'd write on the script, he'd fax back to me. And I had a packet of all the faxes I'd sent to David. And I reviewed my faxes. And I noticed my first script had 32. Fax. That's just a fax, man. It's Friday. Today is Friday. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, I reviewed all my faxes.
I warned you on the first video.
I realized I had asked him 34 questions on my first script, line by line, in ink and everything. And the last time, I had all these questions. The last fax I sent to him, it must have been 8 or 9 points. None of them were questions. All of them were statements. I wasn't asking David, what should I do? What do you think about this? I was telling him what I decided to do, and I was defending my decisions. I'd say things like, people tell me they don't like this, but I love this sentence, David. Therefore, the sentence remains. He loved that line. The sentence remains. I chose to keep it. And the thing is, subtly, this transformation took place. The questioner, please help, I don't know, to, I'm going to do this and do that, take that out, put that in, move that here, because I have no idea when that actual transformation took place. That's how good David Brooks is. He changed me, and I didn't see it until afterwards, in reflection. I said, I grew up as a speaker under his tutelage, and it was so subtle, it was so gentle, it was such full of guidance, that it was amazing.
What's some of the adjustments he had you make?
One was how to choose words with purpose, word selection, words and phrases that had rhythm, rhyme, alliteration, that painted pictures that got the audience to see and experience. He got me to understand the power of energy on the platform, how your presence can work for you or against you, not to overdo it or to underplay it. Subtle things like that. And he also taught me how to find my way when I got off track. Matter of fact, I wrote him a letter, and in it I said something like this. I said, I thanked him. I said, for like a wise father, Like a wise father, you allowed me to stray from the path you knew was wrong. Sorry, I'll rewind that. Okay. Like a wise father, you allowed me to stray from the path you knew was right, confident I'd find my way back. Now, when your mentor lets you veer off the path, knowing you'd find your way back, and just kind of prod you and said, Mark, what about this? Think about this. I'm planting a seed that allowed me to figure for myself, this is not going to work. Let me try something else. And the risk he took in doing that was amazing, because I changed my speech 20 days before the contest in 95. And that path straying took place in that 20 days before the final. But we got it together. And with his help, my life is different, forever changed by the master mentor.
Wow. What did he help you in both speeches?
Well, back in the day, we had to do not 2 but 3 speeches, one for club, area, division, and district, change for regional, and then change again for the finals. In 95, we had preliminary conversations about what I wanted to do, but he really got heavily involved at the district level. So he saw that one. And at the region as well, he got give some guidance there, and I wrote that one with his help. But the final was really key, because I had a speech in my mind that I was going to work on, and it was so bad. It was so terrible. Every test failed. There was no humor in it. I thought it was funny. I was the only one laughing. It just wasn't enough. And I actually wrote David a letter and said, David, my lowest point, I said, David, you, my audience, my family, and my God deserve my best. And this is not it. I had to be honest with myself and with my coach. And in that relationship, he comforted me, he encouraged me, got me to calm down, think what I was doing, and then find something else that was more appropriate. And he led me to work on a previous speech I'd given, which I totally revamped, totally redid. And again, the man is a master. I think he has coached more world champs than anybody on the planet right now, or more finalists than any of us have.
And fast forward to just before the contest. What advice did he give you, or what advice rang through your head the whole time?
It's funny, he had done some scouting of the other speakers, and he said to me in a meeting the day before, I don't think they have the energy you have and the passion you can portray in your message. You've got a good speech, don't worry about them, just go there and be your best. That's all. And David is big on preparing. He just says, don't let anybody prepare you. Right. So just get ready to prepare. Advice. Yeah, and it was really good advice. And I was not nervous, I wasn't scared, I wasn't worried. I was really confident. And I had Andrea and her 3 little ones with me, and my family, they're the wind beneath my wings. Andrea, Andrine, Joel, and David. Love you guys.
Did Andrea give you any advice?
Advice? Not as much as my daughter did. Andrine was 11 years old, and she'd tell me, Dad, that's not funny. Don't do that. And she's 11 years old, but out of the mouth of babes.
The princess.
The princess
influences you.
She's now 34, a high-powered lawyer, but she's still my princess. And yeah, she was. My whole family was supportive. I mean, they really, really were. And for those who may not have a family like mine, I don't mean to put it in your face, but when someone loves you, encourages you, believes in you, supports you, that is Andrea all the way. I mean, my goodness, I joined Toastmasters. At this recording time, it's been 25 years since I've been a Toastmaster. And Andrea has come to all my finals, the 2 finals. I go to contests and conferences around the world. When I travel internationally, she'll come to 90% of those with me. If I drive to a conference, she comes with me. Every year, I have missed 2 out of 25 international conventions. And the last several, she comes with me. And my wife, in 25 years, has done 1 table topic in Toastmasters in 25 years. But she's by my side in India, in Australia, in Germany, in Switzerland, in England, in Dubai. I mean, she Saudi Arabia. I mean, she's awesome. She's amazing.
2 quick questions.
Yeah.
Did you get advice from any other world champions?
Back in the day, I didn't even know enough to ask questions of world champions. So I had one coach, one mentor, David Brooks. But the first time I competed, I had one guy, Mark Laverne, who wasn't the world champion. He was a finalist in '89. A finalist gave me help. But the only world champion I knew was a guy named Otis Williams. I'd heard of him, and David Brooks. Didn't beat them. So my first year, '94, I didn't have any advice from anybody. In '95, Dave, mentor, but the guy who beat me in '94, Morgan MacArthur, a veterinarian, very funny guy, was also very encouraging. And the night before the contest, he encouraged me to be my best, and he said, just be so good, you gotta wonder who's second place. And he was very, very encouraging. He said, listen, relax, have fun, enjoy the ride. Morgan was great. And in the contest, when it was over and we were doing the ballots, people were up and stretching. I approached David and I approached Morgan before the announcement. And David said, that's a tape measure home run. Now, I'm a Jamaican, not really into baseball. And David loves baseball. He coached his son's team. He loves baseball. And he said, I understand that the tape measure home run is when the home run is so high over the wall, they're going to measure how high it was. That was David's comment. Morgan MacArthur, the old horse doctor, veterinarian, said 2 words. He said, daylight, buddy, daylight. And I learned that daylight is a term they use in horse racing to show that there is daylight between the first horse and the second horse. You can see daylight between them. So they both believed I had done so well that I was guaranteed to win. I'm glad they were right.
And they got a second chance. You got a second chance.
You get that? Very good, yes.
Well, it was Mark made it all the way to the finals his first year, but didn't place, correct?
Correct. Didn't place.
And then second year, you won.
Yeah.
All right, so final question. Look the camera straight ahead, and what would you say to David Brooks if he watches this video? Your mentor.
David, I cannot thank you enough for the support, the wisdom, the encouragement, the mentorship, the love, the time, the investment that you put into me. I said it before, 23 years ago, you were like a wise father to me, guiding me along a path that was unfamiliar to me. And I will forever cherish the memory of what you did back then. I don't know how long I have on this planet, or you for that matter, but I do know that you will always be in my mind and in my heart. My speaking guru, the master mentor, the father to me that I needed at a time when I wasn't sure of what I could do in the area of speaking. Winning the world title has been transformational, but I could never, 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 ever have done that without you. And I'll forever be in your debt for what you've done for me. I love you, David. Thanks, man.
Thanks, David, for all you've done for me and the other champs and the organization of Toastmasters. You are, as we call you, the Godfather. Thank you.
Thanks, David.